a different line diagram. So usually the relays, you only take like a few voltages. The relays are basically a conduit to connect something. For a relay or basically if you have a solenoid too, basically they need only very small voltage. So they are interfacing the person. Basically if I have a relay, some relays you only need 9 volts. Or some may actually even 5, but they can connect 120 volts. So you don't have to deal with the relay. What the relay does is when you activate it, basically will close the switch. When you close the switch, what it means is you're only dealing with 9 volts, but it connects 120 volts or 240 volts. So you can protect yourself. So basically, this is you lower the voltage from the relay. So this is you have a magnet push button switches here.
When you look at the body of the relay on like the case, it'll tell you like how many volts it can handle, right? It'll stamp it on there.
So a lot of them we have, they can handle up to 120 volts. So there are some older ones 200 to 220 volts.
Oh, wow.
But a lot of time, the relay doesn't require a lot of voltage. Because it's just to activate the magnet. So when you activate the magnet, it will just close the switch. And then basically when you interface it, the only giving is 9 volts. So it's not. Besides automatic control, basically you don't want to deal with it. So when this reaches certain point, is indicator, so it will turn the solenoid. Turns on this pump, and then it's empty. Basically, this thing will sense, and then when it goes down, it opens the valve, it will pump, and then it reaches a certain point, it will close it. It's automatically controlled by without you being there. And then you can see the same. It's like a float switch. You have that. So you have to do it. Put the wrong in one places.
Oh, Professor,
yeah.
what does the NC stand for? It says NC float. Non-contact? Oh, normally closed. Got it.
NO and NE are very big here all the time. So we're going to deal with them in these classes.
Magnetic control corner.
Okay, so for remote control equipment, basically solenoids, contactors, magnetic motors, stuff like that. So solenoids are, think of it like a old typewriter. Basically, what is solenoid? Is when you press something, it's a magnet, or hit something. And then contactors and magnetic starter. So magnetic starter is actually so this is a magnetic starter. So this is we use it for motor. Usually this is usually used for 3-phase motors. So you can see L1, L2, L3. So this is the coil. So this is what's called the coil. The coil is inside. So when you activate this, basically it will close the L1 and L3 and then connect them. So the top and the bottom will be connected. So you connect the power here, you connect the motor here. So when this is activated, basically it will close this and will connect the motor. In addition to that, it has also other. This is with it, so this is overcurrent protection. So it does like overcurrent protection.
That's a circuit breaker?
This is also overload protection, so it does oil. So if I'm using a heater or something else other than motor, I just need this. But if I'm using motor, I have to add this because this has overload control. So this is 9 96 and 95 and 96, that's overload. You can also reset the overload by doing this. And then it has also overcurrent protection, so this has the minimum current is 6 amps. It goes up to 18 amps basically. Control up to 18 amps current. Yes.
If you're troubleshooting one of those, are you gonna check continuity from top to bottom, or are you going to check resistance? Or say you think one of those are going out, something's not working, how are you gonna troubleshoot that?
Right. So if you if I let's say connect here and then activate this,
Yeah.
if it doesn't close, there's no power here.
So it's a power test.
Right. There's no power. It's not. So,
Those are for lighting contactors.
yeah, this could be for lighting contactors, for heating and all that stuff. But if it has a motor, it has to have this.
Those are to go out.
Huh?
Those go off and go out.
No, this actually lasts you for a long time.
And its name is called magnetic motor starter, that one?
Yeah, this is a magnetic motor starter. So this they stay a long time.
How many amps does that one can do, the one in your hand?
This can do
30?
So it has like it's in horsepower, so it can do 460 or 230, or 200 to 230 volts, or it can do 460 to 575 volts. So it's a 3-phase motor.
Uh-huh.
It's a 3-phase. 5 horsepower or so. Not big horsepower, it's 5 horsepower. Medium size motor. But this is costly, like $200.
How many volts does it take, low volts to activate the,
24 volts.
24?
There's a transformer inside. You step it down to 24.
Oh, so what's the control circuit? At 120, and then it brings it down to 24? Or how do you,
There's a step down transformer for the port.
inside?
Yes.
So I feed it 120, and it brings it down to 24, and then that's where the magnetism works.
Ours is connected to a photo cell
Right.
outside,
Yeah.
so that sends signal, same concept, all right?
Yes. The coil is the one which closes. So through the magnet. So basically it's a solenoid inside.
Very
this is
cool.
This is what's called a relay. Sorry. Cold weather. So this is what's called solenoid. This works. This takes about 12, 14 volts or something like that. Takes a DC power. So this part of it is, so the top part is just to control the solenoid. So you only give it like up to 14 volts. And then it can connect 120 volts. So the top two are normally closed switches. The bottom two is normally open switches. So I can activate this. Without activating the solenoid, it's already connected. Then if I activate the solenoid, the bottom one will be connected. That's two.
Those solenoids are built into the gas valves too, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's a gas valve to be enclosed in something.
Pilot light.
You can have to close them.
It opens up.
Hermetically sealed. It has to be sealed.